What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots Wired. So this will be part 7 of the Guitar Hero 2 walkthrough. So in this particular episode we're going to get a few more missions done out of the storyline as far as this particular fair is going to happen just within the aspect here. So it's going to be kind of back and forth between like the bonus songs. We do actually purchase a couple extra bonus songs, but these particular songs in this episode here, these string snappers in the third set list here are kind of a little bit trickier. Some of these ones didn't do too terrifically, and so these are not going to be 4-star, 5-star attempts within these pitches here, but it's just within the concept as far as saying I just look after it. It's interesting that the difficulty is starting to ramp up a little bit as suddenly as the particular kind of happens, because I know that from what it's saying in like the mission mode that there's 40 songs in the story. There might actually be like 45 or something like that, but I just look within the pitch. So I know that on the box of this game it says that there's over 50 songs in this particular game, so it just makes me question the concept of how many are in the bonus, because last time I remember there were at least 10 or 13 bonus songs that you could purchase in like the extra mode kind of in Guitar Hero. So it's just the pitch as far as seeing as to how much bonus stuff's going to be in here. But it's nice to get this Foo Fighters song as far as this fair is going to happen. I do need to get back to Foo Fighters and like the Acid Roots music main channel as far as this pitch is going to happen there. Definitely I need to get to some more of their stuff. I do have plans to eventually review like their 1999 albums and fairs like that. It's going to happen as far as this fair is going to happen. I do actually own an album by them that I haven't reviewed just yet, one of which is their double album, which I forget what it's called, but it came out in 2005, so some good aspects with that sort of stuff. But yeah, pretty much like from what I remember of like the 2000s, just talk about Foo Fighters a little bit. Basically, damn near about every summer or every other summer, Foo Fighters always had like some sort of mainstream kind of staple within the pitch behind it. Just pretty much, I think some of these would make it to like standard pop radio just in the pitch, because they were kind of similar to Smash Mouth, kind of like banner kind of folks within those aspects as far as like crossover type appeal. Just, you know, their 97 album was a huge deal out of the 90s, helped set off post-grunge pitches like that. Their 99 album was a pretty big deal. I want to say they dropped an album in 2002 and then in 2005, so just big notable type stuff within those fairs, just kind of within the pitch. But I actually don't remember what they have done. I want to say they dropped an album in 2007. I need to catch up with them just overall in general, but just within the pitch as far as talking about like particular ones that kind of go along with it. I remember them up to like about the mid-late 2000s. I know they dropped an album in 2014. Zion particularly enjoys them quite a bit, so I know a little bit of like their later projects, some of the ones that he came up on as far as this pitch can happen, but I just look after, I do remember them a lot out of the 2000s. It's a good type fair, so some good stuff. The next song also is going to be Alice in Chains, and that one was a particularly tricky song as well, just within some of those type fairs within it. I just look after it here. I don't know, these particular ones, I don't know what it was so jarring about these ones, but they just were both kind of a royal pain in the ass as far as those pitches kind of went along with it. I just look after it. Star power really didn't help that much, just within the concept. It was just kind of the maneuvers that these missions pulled off are just a little bit more of in the fray type stuff, just within the aspect. This makes me question really with the original Guitar Hero, the only real mission that really gave me any problems whatsoever on normal mode was just the second to last mission, which I remember, maybe there were two missions. There was one that I did like back in late 2022, and that was kind of the reason why I took a hiatus from this particular channel back in 2022 as far as those fairs can happen. And there was another one that was like the penultimate song of this game that I wasn't able to defeat either, so it just makes me question what those songs are going to be in this one. I just question if they're brewing or what's going to happen there, because I feel like the stream of like as to how some of these difficulty settings are kind of going with this a little bit more steady this time. It's kind of like a forewarning to say, hey, some of these missions may piss you off later as far as those pitches kind of happen with it. But I just look after it. And then on top of that, this was kind of a lengthier song as within the pitch. I mean, it's only 4.5 minutes, but it's just within the fair, just thinking that it did kind of have like, it just feels with the general get up of this song that it probably should have only been like 3.5 or something like that. I'm also paying attention to my cat. My cat wants to hang out just within some of those type fairs, so I might have to break away from this episode to go and tend to her as far as the thing, but it maybe not. But just within the pitch, as far as saying the standard fare, just finding like consistent mixtapes as far as some of those pitches kind of have quite a few reviews stacked up just within those aspects as far as getting some of that done. It's really getting towards it. Yeah, see, $150 is all the money that was made off of this, and just being able to say, like, I think, obviously, just based upon performance rate, you get paid a little bit better, I think, but then you would think that 84% or whatever it was, 85% would be decent enough to get some substandard pay. I don't know why 80% is seen as like 3 stars. I mean, I guess within a relative sense, it's kind of within argue, but it's just within the pitch behind it. But I mean, what can I say? Those were a pain in the ass where those pitch kind of went. But same thing with this one. I was thinking that this song was Wood by Alice in Chains. I had this song confused. I forgot about Them Bones. I do like this song quite a bit in terms of like standard listening to it type fare, but this one's really not. I probably would have said that Wood would have been the easier song to have done compared to like the concept of something for Guitar Hero, but I think they purposely chose one that's a little bit more revved up. This is more weekend type fare of just something like a riled kind of Friday pitch like that, I would definitely say. So it's just kind of within the context, but yeah, these ones that just have, I mean, normally when you have to hold the note a little bit longer, it's a little bit easier, but it just yeah, my cat wants to hang out, so I'm thinking what I'm gonna do. I only have like another 3 minutes. So I think she can just wait. But just being able to say is this the way that this the meldment of this particular episode or this song went was just a little bit of a snag here, just in the pitch behind it. But just being able to say amongst that. Yeah, this is a classic here. You know, this is off of Dirt from 1992, so it's a good type album within some of those type pitches. That particular album got 6 singles within some of those type pitches. It's remains this huge. Back in the day, and by back in the day I mean back when I was listening to more rock radio substandardly throughout like the mid and late 2010s, I definitely heard a lot of these songs quite a bit within those aspects for those pitches kind of happen with it. Plenty of those. Lane Staley's pretty popular fashion, obviously, within those pitches. Pretty similar to Dave Grohl, some of those type ones with Foo Fighters, but just to be able to say, really though, the more I think about it, I can't think of too many commonplace times. Maybe it's just the fact that I just don't know the songs with Jerry Control that well, but just thinking about like Alice in Chains' 1995 album, it's just not common that I hear songs like Again. That's a really excellent song. You know, I talked about that last year when I reviewed the Alice in Chains 95 album. That's a real excellent song just within some of those type fares as far as like one of Lane Staley's last performances as like the main vocalist before he was on plenty of songs from the 95 album, but in terms of the pitch of that being the last one that he was on, it's just within the pitch that that's his last solo song where Jerry Control's not the main dude on there, so it's just within the pitch. But I don't know, I need to pay more attention. I purchased like Alice in Chains from 95, but I need to fuck around with some of those types of songs to get them more integrated as far as just remembering them more. I just prefer like songs like Again and some of those type ones, but I do think like Heaven Beside You is a pretty nice one as well. Some pitches like that, just have to say, but there's some good ones there. So just the pitch, but yeah, just good aspects there to be able to say within some of that. So yeah, there's gonna be more of these episodes belted out. We're just gonna get towards it. Like winter is kind of trucking along as far as those pitch gonna happen. It's pretty frosty. I was taking out the trash just a couple of hours ago, and it was pretty damn frigid. Just in aspects, really, it's kind of fuck you kind of weather as far as those pitch gonna happen with it. Just really not the most aspected of enjoyment just within those tones behind it. But I just look after it, so. I still do have like a game plan for this particular channel that's going to kind of break up the monotony here, but I need to get back to some of these type ones. We are going to purchase at least one more song here as far as that goes, but probably within the next episode. So I think what I probably could have fit in like a third song, but I just wanted to purchase some songs just to make it a little bit easier for next time, just within those aspects within it. So I just would have to say we're just going to get these songs purchased just within some of those type tangents, and then we'll get to part 8 soon enough. Just to understand that this might be lengthier than the original Guitar Hero playthrough, even though I'm not doing easy mode this time. We'll have to see about it. But yeah, subscribe for more fun. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night, folks. Stick with this playlist, folks. Good stuff.